Today's day is very uncomfortable. For 2 hours, I set up this life. I can't just do it because of many. You know me before. I was very consistent. Beside this YouTube channel, I also have other two Instagram accounts where I'm very active. Like I remember at the starting of this 2025, 2026, and in the December of 2025, I'm starting a streak in my Instagram account where, where I just record 60 days. Every day I was record a short video, a reel basically, and uploaded it in YouTube and Instagram, and I was very consistent. I was very streakable, a very responsible man at those time. But at the starting of 2026, for some random reason, I also don't realize I just break those streak and become inconsistent, become inconsistent again. I don't know why, I don't know anything, but I just inconsistent. Then till now it's already 15 April. Then I realized something. I realized that yes, why I just become inconsistent again. You also sometimes realize it that you are very consistent in your life, you are in a very good track, but after some days, something random happened and you are just being inconsistent. And I also don't know why. But yesterday, I just realized why it's happened. I think of a very little. I just sit on meditation and think why it's happened. Why it's always happened that I was very consistent for 2 months, for 3 months. Then after 2 to 3 months, I again very inconsistent in my life. I quit all of the things which I start. I don't know what to do. I don't know why I actually improved my life. I was very clueless in my life, like a bird without a nest. Like, imagine that you are a bird and you don't have a nest. So for throughout the day, you're actually flying without a direction. And at the evening, when everyone is going for their nest, you don't know where to go because you don't have direction. You don't have any nest on yourself. That exact thing is happening with you right now. You don't know where you need to go. You don't know any direction. You don't know where your nest is. You don't know what thing you need to start, what thing you need to finish for yourself and for your life. And this is the thing that I realized yesterday. I don't know that where to go. I don't know what to do every single day to improve my life, to achieve all of my goals. And I'm proud of that. I have one thing, which is I have unlimited motivation. If I have a simple goal, simple direction at my life, I can actually work for a long period of time. Because from the 2024, I always think that yes, I need to be successful. I need to improve my life at any cost. But one thing that I lack of is my direction and goal. Because I always feel very unresponsible whenever it about goals and direction. And now I have a direction in my life, and I just found it yesterday. I know that sometimes you also feel that why I just can't be consistent in my life. Why I always being inconsistent? And here's the simple answer. You don't know where to go. You don't know where and why you start your journey. Why you actually start improving your life. Do you answer this question? Like why you start all of this thing which you are starting. And if you don't start anything, you need to start. And before starting something like starting any businesses, any content creation, any side hustles, you need to find out one thing, which is you need to find out why. Why you need to start it. Why you want to start it. You need to find the answer of this question. Why? Because if you don't know your why, you don't know why you are actually starting this thing, you don't have any reason to start this thing, you can't be consistent. Like, for example, you are actually a medical student, just for example, and you want to become a doctor. And I know that those path is very hard. If you want to become a doctor, you need to actually study 24/7, study for 14-hour, 18-hour a days. And at those moments, if you don't know why you want to become a doctor, like why you need to become a doctor, you don't have any direction, you don't know the reason behind your decision, then you can't just stick on study. You're also being inconsistent at your study of medical, and at the end of the day you are actually becoming inconsistent and you can't become a good doctor. What is your dream is? So just like becoming a doctor, you need to actually find your why in everything. Like if you are now doing study, you need to find your why in study. If you also like me who is actually planning to doing businesses and start improving yourself from now, you need to actually find out your why you are actually starting this, why you want to become a businessman, why you want to become a successful person. You need to actually find out those, and I will give you how you actually find out your why. You just need to do 5 minutes simple step. Just sit on your chair, take a notebook, take a pen, and write down everything what you have in your mind. Like when you start your improving journey, when the date and why you actually want to become successful. It can be for your parents, it can be for your own self, it can be for your family members, it can be that you need to take revenge from anyone who insult you in past. It can be anything. Write all of this stuff what you have in your mind, and write all of this stuff, and don't stop before you find your why. And trust me, it's actually work. I actually find out my own why by just doing this thing, by just writing all of the thought on a notebook. And then suddenly I found my why. So this is the simplest thing what you can do right now. You just need to find your why and take a water break as simple, because hydration is important. Where I live is very hot right now. My hands are sweat, full of sweat actually. You also need to, if you are actually watching right now, you also need to take a sip of water. Hydration is important, very important. And here's our second step. When you find your why, if you also want to being consistent, you need to just simply think that your future self is actually watching you right now. Yes, you can think that how funny this is, why I actually needed to think. My future self is watching me, but it's actually important, because just think that you are being successful at your life. Then what? You have your why and you fill up all of these things. But after you become successful, you actually look back at your life and think, yes, my this version of my 2026 version is actually working a lot very hard. That's why I'm being successful right now. It's very common. We always just previously taking back taking a look at our life and thinking this version is actually making many mistakes, that's why I am in this situation in present, and this version is actually making good progress, that's why I am being successful right now. And sometimes we actually think that when we look back at our lives, we always think that this yes, this version is making mistakes, that's why I am just being unsuccessful in my life. You always look back at your life, but just think about it. If you know that you have to look back at your life and you don't want any regret, you want to become consistent, you want to become successful at your life, so just think always. You need to always think that yes, some point at my life I need to actually look back at my life, and either I will regret or either I will praise my past version. So why not? I need to think that yes, my future self is actually watching me right now every single moment. It actually watching every single decision, every single responsibility, every single thing at my life right now. And just for giving you example and for a better explanation, let's give an example. For example, sometimes how much time it actually happened to you, not sometimes, that you have exams in 2 months or 1 month and you are actually not studying by just saying that yes, I have 2 months, I have literally 2 months, and those 2 months are enough, and those 1 months are enough to actually study and pass the exam. And by just thinking about it, you don't actually study, and at the exam hall you are just shake your hand and your pen is actually shaking, because at this 2 months you are procrastinated, you are very inconsistent, and when you enter the exam and sit on your desk, your hand is shaking because you don't actually study anything and you confirmly know that you are going to be failed. So how much time it will happen with you? But at those particular moment when you actually procrastinated and become inconsistent in those 2 months, simple things actually changing all of it. If you just simply think that my future self is actually watching me, and it's actually true. When you actually sit on your exam hall, you either think that yes, my past version is actually working very hard at those 2 months. He actually very consistent, very responsible, and study for a long period of time every single day. And you think that yes, I can actually reward myself for all of my study which I do in 2 months. Or either you said to yourself, you said to your past self that why you are actually not studying. Just for you, I will fail this exam. Like you are have very regrets and you just abuse your past self. It's always happen in every single time, every single exams, every single life movement, every single decision. So you need to always think that yes, my past version is actually watching me right now every single time. So yeah, that's our 2 point. The first point is why I'm inconsistent and why it's happened with you. And the two solution which we actually talk about, the first one is find your why. And the second one is you need to always think about that your future self is actually watching you every single moment, every single decision, every single responsibility you take. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you actually watching till right now, you can actually watch our valuable live session which we record previously, and you can actually join our series which we start to become consistent, which is short series where I actually give you value in just 1 to 2 minutes. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will see you in another video of this types of journey. Take care, take action, and goodbye everyone.